Hare Krishna. I'm Mother Sarvakanthi, Devi Dasi, and I was always searching, and I finally met Srila Prabhupada, the true guru, at Lakshmi Narayan Temple. Um, he was many swamis and gurus were visiting, and I'll always go and hear them speak. So when I had read about Srila Prabhupada in a Fair Lady or one of the magazines. So I told my sisters, this Swamiji is coming and he's making so many um, uh, hippies into happies in the 60s in America. And let's go hear him speak. So he was speaking he spoke at City Hall as well. But this day he was speaking at Lakshmi Narayan Temple. And so I took my sisters and we went to hear him speak. And I was so impressed with Srila Prabhupada. And well, recently I'm just reading about Giriraj Maharaj's book, his Dancing White Elephants. And so I was very impressed with them dancing, the Western Matajis wearing our Indian clad saris, and the men, the dhotis. And, we always saw swamis and gurus as very stoic, like, not like so vibrant and chanting, dancing, and all that. So, so when I heard that, they came announcing that he's going to speak at Lakshmi Narayan Temple. So we went to hear him speak. And I remember Pathasarthi Maharaj, Ramanuja Prabhu, all young devotees, they were on the stage, and Srila Prabhupada was there. And I was very new and I didn't understand so much. I was reading about Bhakti Yoga and studying with Renuka Mandan about Hatha Yoga and different philosophies. But she always said that Bhakti Yoga was the highest yoga of all yogas. She said, I'm still practicing Hatha Yoga. So when I read, my uncle gave me Bhagavad Gita as it is. And in the Bhagavad Gita as it is, in one paragraph, he mentioned that uh, uh, of all yogas, Bhakti Yoga is the highest, you know. And so when Renuka Mandan told me, I'm still practicing Hatha Yoga and this selfless devotional service to God, Bhakti Yoga is the highest. So I said, hey, let me go for it, you know. So I was very, very impressed with the devotees, and Srila Prabhupada was giving out Mahasweets at the end of the program. And so I went as well, and I personally received the Mahasweet from Prabhupada's hand. And, uh, and I was in ecstasy after I just ate that small, remnants of prasadam. And so, yeah, this temple opened here in I was nursing, of course, at that time as well. And so when I used to look out of my window at R.K. Khan Hospital, this was, none of these buildings were here. It was all grasslands, no centers, no nothing. And, and later on, of course, Raj, Honorable Rajvanshi, he, this piece of land was offered, very small piece of land, but now the council has made it they were very benevolent and gave us all this whole property around just this temple property. So yeah, Mr. Rajbansi helped us tremendously to get this started. And even at a time when devotees, when the temple opened in 86, and later on, of course, we went on to, now I have to talk about the collection and raising the funds. So the Caterage farm opened in 80, no, in 70, was it? The Caterage farm was, when? uh, in 77. Yeah. And at that time, it was apartheid era. And our congregation devotees didn't have many cars and all that. Only after the apartheid era did our Indians come into being. So many buses were organized from all the different areas in Natal, yeah, I mean, all over South Africa. And busloads of people came, you know, and so they came to the ashram in Caterage, right? And I was uh, I was so impressed with the cows as well. And at that time, it wasn't so opulent prasadam and all. They gave us puri and halava for that festival. Yeah. And so yeah, I came. We went. My sisters and I went to the ashram with the bus, and Bindu Madhava Prabhu I think, in charge of the cows at that time as well. And he we used to get so much of milk from the cows. He took care of the cows. And and he used to come to the. I'm somehow missing some points. And he used to come when the Caterage ashram got, of course, more established. He came and he'll milk the cows and bring the canisters of milk to the kitchen. And Gopi Baba was there. And of course, some romance budded, romance pitched up. And he liked he liked Gopi Baba very much. And finally, of course, finally he married her. She was a very good cook, and Tulsi Das was the president of the ashram there. And he sent her to France for, I think, a month or so to become a better cook. She came back, and oh, she was a continental cook at that time. Wonderful prasadam. We had paneer, we had so many cows, and we had paneer in practically every vegetable dish. Mother Leela Tulsi Das's wife, she was sewing for the deities, at that time. Bimal Prasad and Tulsi Das had gone to India and brought the Nitai Gaur deities to the ashram. So she was sewing for the deities as well. And some of the clothes and backdrops Mother Ruchira also made. She was, what is Ruchira's husband? Huh? Yeah, Adhikata. He was another great Sankirtan leader, uh, selling paintings at that time. The life membership program was not bringing much Lakshmi. So Tulsidas we had gone into bringing these Hong Kong paintings. But then we finally, all of us, Bhagavan was also a very great pusher and a leader. Bhagavan was Bhagavan Goswami that time. And he really pushed us all. He sent us all. He said, stop doing books and everything. Just go and do these paintings. So tons and tons, loads of paintings, Hong Kong paintings used to come in a truck via. At that time, we also, Mother Pranavalabha, yes. When this temple was about to open, then Pranavalabha was a godbrother to Tulsi. And he said, you know what, I'm not a farm boy, I'm a city boy. I can't run this farm. So that's how the Muldersdrift farm uh, in Johannesburg opened. So all those paintings used to come in, and we all had to, Bhagavan sent us all out on paintings. And we used to bring in like, eight, say, Patasati Maharaj, Shutikirti Prabhu, and Medavi Prabhu, all like 20,000 ran a week with the paintings. And that's how the temple actually got built. With life membership program, we would never have made it, because that was life membership that time was 10 rand, 20 rand. We would have never made it. Yeah. And so the framing factory, the paintings and all was established there at the Muldasra farm. And from there, we used to go out with Bank, Middleburg, all over in Limpopo province. And we should tell the people, actually, this temple was built by the Afrikaans community, not by the Indian community. You know, they supported. They supported us a lot. So, and we used to mother. What's her name? She used to make this peanut butter fudge. Anurada. She used to make this peanut butter fudge. So when we were making the sales or setting up exhibitions, we had these peanut butter fudge prashadam to always give. So at least we spiritually, they say you one bite of prasad, you never take an animal birth, you take a human birth. Yeah. So we used to, after the sales or even before the sales, we'll offer them the peanut butter fudge. And they say, wow, this is divine. We love it. And, so there came a time where I could not manage, you know, through the years, I also started suffering from heart problem. And I think that's when it started. And so Patasati Maharaj, he was the Sankirtan leader. So he gave me a chauffeur and he gave me the best car in the ashram, the Port Sierra station wagon. So Spring Khan, I remember, he was my driver. And we traveled all over the country. And what we did was, instead of like going to Middleburg with Bank and all these different provinces in the Limpopo province, we take the trailer with us. I'll take the trailer behind on the Fort Sierra station wagon, and we'll do when they choose the painting, we'll say we can give it to you now. And we used to do the painting, the ceiling, and everything, the canvas, and we give it to them there and then. Yeah. So even there came a time where devotees, Tulsidas was giving turns to different devotees to go to Bharat, to India. And so I started crying. I said, I'm here for 9 years and you're not sending me. And he said, Sarvakanthi, you work to us 1,000 rand a day. We can't send you, you know. So I went much later, you know. Uh, yeah, Spring Khan drove me all over the country. And Patasati Maharaj used to, you know, push me. And that time as well, I was a bit naughty. I used to love Kit Kat. And he said, always tell me when I'm going out, and no Kit Kat. Yeah, I went to Bharat after 9 years. And then, of course, Maharaj, did I say about this temple? Oh, yeah, the Honorable Raj Bansi. He supported us to open this land was given to us by the municipality. It was just a small bit of land, just where the temple is standing. Not all the around, but because of our good work, eventually they all around they gave us the land for cooking and everything, you know. And so we, yeah, so we, yeah, the Honorable Rajvanshi gave us this land, and even when Bhagavan was here, he pushed all the. In fact, he was also very instrumental in building this temple because he pushed every single devotee to go out and do Sankirtan and do the paintings. And yeah, I did tell you that Gopi Baba had gone to France and she came back. I learned my cooking from her. She was a connoisseur, a really good cook. Of course, Bindu and uh, his good wife, Gopi Baba, is no more. At that time, her name was Keshava Priya. And of course, when gurus got changed few times in the early days, Jayatitha came down, but he also did a tremendous amount, contributed a tremendous amount here. Yeah, he had introduced the incense factory there in America, and when we started in Caterage, we also established the incense factory, then the candle factory, and I know how to set up a whole candle factory, the carving and everything, and every celebration, Easter and everything, we used to carve some beautiful candles, amazing candles, the country had never seen. Yeah, and then we will take these candles out to different exhibitions and malls, Pick and Pay, and all the different big malls. And Gokulandra Prabhu, uh, Prabhupada's disciple, he was also very instrumental, and he started also the he pushed on marketed these paintings, and he used to tell people that from we are from a actually we also said so that we from a yoga community and we do all these paintings, you know. So he was instrumental in pushing out and building this temple as well. Gokulandra was Prabhupada's disciple, and Brindavan Ishwari was his wife. She was very good at writing as well, and so we also brought out the Hare Krishna journal and things like that. And so in yeah, we opened here in '86, and at one point uh, at the farm community, the apartheid era, the Indians and whites and the blacks were not allowed to mix, So at one time in Cato Ridge, the security police came in, and Pathasati Maharaj and them, he was running the tent campaign at some point. Tulsidas pushed him to do the tent campaign all over the country, and so we had started that. And then they used to come down on Mondays for the feast. They couldn't come on Sundays. We used to have our feast on Mondays. And I remember I'm making Gopi Baba and I used to go to town making beautiful feast. And my favorite was cauliflower elaking. Yeah, toast and a cauliflower white sauce and then the cheese on it. And also learned to make very spongy gulab jamuns from Gopi Baba. The very nice, spongy, soft ones, not the solid type gulab jamuns. And so the security came at one point, and Pathasati Maharaj and all were at the farm in Caterage. They had to run down to the forest and hide. I said, hey, you better hide. And I was there, and lucky they had to hide for at least a week. And thank the Lord that I had picked up how to. It was a festival time, I think almost Easter or Christmas time. And fortunately, I had learned the ropes of running the candle factory. So I kept the production going, of the candles and also the incense and everything going. And so they ran down to the forest and they hid it. And then we said, no, there's nobody here because they had a tip off, you know, that, yeah. And then there was a point where there was a marketing for the property here, you know, and Tulsidas and all wanted the property here, but they were not, they were indecisive. But and then the minister was here, and then but on his way back, flying back, uh, I think one of the devotees had given him a Mahaprasad sweet. He was saying no, 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 you can't have the name. Uh, he said Hare Krishna something, but Gokalandra and them said no, it must be the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, you know. And after he had that sweet on the flight on his way, he had a bit of the prasadam. He said, okay. you can have this name, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, you know. And yeah, so the temple opened here, and Mr. Honorable Rajvanshi, he did a tremendous amount of work for ISKCON. He was really a great help, one of the chief ministers that helped us a lot. And even this property here, Rajaram, he was from Austria. He was a great artistic, what you call, architect, and he designed this temple, with the moat around and everything. And when the Home Affairs wanted to set up their property, then he told him, you design our the temple, design our property here, and that's why you can see it's a little bit similar, to this. So it was Rajaram. He was Austrian, and he designed that property up there. And his wife was a very good Bharatnatyam dancer. At that time, we didn't have so many dancers like we have here now on stage. And she was extremely good and captivating. And here is a white lady doing this so-called Indian classical dancing, you know. And then yeah, the Food for Life was established, and yeah, I wanted to, yeah, we called it, yeah, it was a Food for Life. And in America, they, what was it they said? The governments, the CIA, and so many were against us. They said, "Don't worry about this movement. They can't even answer the telephone. you know, they don't know how to answer the telephone. And what else can I tell you? Yeah, of course, this park came up here, and slowly the center uh, and all the different centers and the housings all came up. And then, of course, the R.K. Khan Hospital. I never imagined when I was nursing and then looking out that, this beautiful temple will come up here. We opened this temple, and it was a very glorious day. People, buses, and all came. The freeways, I think, were full with cars. It went right back to Mobeni, all here. There was no space. That's how popular Hare Krishna movement became in the beginning. And yeah, so the cow campaign, they say cow is cool, never kill mother cow. She's one of the mothers. So if we just protect mother cow, she'll give us everything. I visited this one farm in uh, past Kashmir in the north near Tibetan border. This god brother of mine, the Muslims wanted to kill the cow because they're gone old, not giving any milk. So my god brother said, no, don't kill the cow, give it to us, and we'll take care of her until she dies. So he did magic with the cows. You should see his fields; it's all green, and the methane, the cow dung, he used it, the methane gas as electricity. We don't need all this ESCOM and all this. If we just protect the cow, we'll have enough electricity, you know. And so everything was very wonderful. And he said, I'm going to eventually have so much of um, methane gas I can sell to the government. So much of cow dung I'll have that I can even sell to the government. So we should all take heed. There's 7 mothers, but mother cow, she's very, very important. If the if she came, the Vedic mother was cooking, and if she came by the window and she was making the offering, uh, she'll give the first chapati not to God but to the cow. That's how important and valuable is mother cow. So we should protect mother cow. They say cows are cool, and yes, never kill mother cow. Hare Krishna.